So, yeah, we're a little late. I meant to be already by the pond by now. Well, truth be told, I've already been by the pond. Old Joseph, the adrenaline was so bad last night. I guess he didn't want to go to bed. So we went in there at 11:30 last night and walked in at 12 o'clock. And first one's at the pond for For Trout opener, and we did a couple casts. And Joe had his big heavy spotlight, and we could spotlight them, but they weren't fighting in the dark. And I was looking at him like, I've never done this before, Joe. I've never caught brook trout in the dark. He's like, oh yeah, we used to do it with the rainbows. It's like, okay. So we go down there. Oh, I ain't fighting at midnight. It was an experience, though. I mean, the plan was going to go down there, and if they were going to bite, I was going to change the name of the live. We're going to go change the plans. We was going to go live at midnight, but no. You need to shine a light on them, bounce worms off their heads. They weren't biting. So I looked at Joe after a couple of casts, like, I don't know. This ain't normal brook trout fishing here. So I went back and got a couple Z's. I guess I must have slept through my little jingle. So I was gonna get back up at around 4 or 5 and get back down here. Steve-O, Phenom, Oz is here. How's she going? So I don't know. Am I later or was I earlier? Depends on who you ask, I guess. Thankfully, it's only a 5-minute drive down the road to the forest, and we can walk in the pond. Thankfully enough, it's past the neighbor's homestead, which I've been looking after their animals as they're off right now, and I've been doing their chores, so I can do my fish and grab the chores on the way back. And then when I get back to my place, I'll do my chores. Nice. So yeah, I mean, the little trip down the road, that was an idea, or originally planned on going live for this, or even walk in. But hey, I got my little gamble, and we'll gamble and walk in there. You guys can see the path. It's a good little 15-20 minute walk to the pond, but it's pretty. And I must apologize because the wild leeks, they're poking through, or the ramps, or wild garlic, or whatever you want to call them. And last night, when it was pitch dark, I see them, and I was pulling them out and munching on them. They're just small right now, so it's not worthwhile to go. That's something I never considered. We're on the good air. Thanks, man. I hope so too, Steve. I hope so too. Well, I mean, we spotlighted a couple in there, so I think it was stocked, and I did see some fire tracks. So I think they stocked the pond this year. So there should be, on top of all the regular hatch, some yearlings from the farm, the fish farm. Trout for lunch even, or trout for breakfast if I'm fast. I was just telling you, I was a poor Miss Bushman there. She'd been kind of in a haze during all this, so I came in last night. Oh, so I guess I came back from the ponds about 1 o'clock. And then conked out, went for a sleep. Big old buzzard. Yeah, and then I woke up this morning and started getting ready. The Phoenix didn't like me being up and in the house and not with her at my side, so she was making a big thump and rump and bouncing around off the walls and woke Karina. So let's everybody show Miss Bushman some love there for putting up with my shenanigans. Smitty, yourself some coffee. You know what, dude? Geez, I might have to do a little quick detour and go grab a cup. He said, well, I slept in so much I haven't had a coffee. I just knocked back a quick energy drink. Not enough octane in those all. Right. Right, should we go and swing and get a coffee, or should we just boot right in the forest? Let's have a look at the parking lot. Let's see if it's Grand Central Station. That's one thing. The last couple of years, especially with everything going on, I guess there's not a lot for other people to do, and the word must have gotten out of my little brook trout spot, because holy, opening day the last couple of years have been crazy. Mind you, I normally walk out here at like 9 or 10 o'clock. I don't normally bother with the super early stuff for brook trout because there's no sense. But now that there's all this freaking competition at my spot, I like to get in and get out before everybody else. Uh-oh. I'll tell Raven we're sorry. Probably could sneak over to Craigers to grab a coffee. Got me thinking. See if anybody's rolled in. Dear, 5 hours ago. Oh yeah, shit. Crap. Oh well, that's not too bad. 3 trucks. That's not bad at all, actually. Last year this freaking parking lot was full. I'll take it. True Patrol, we don't know 100% that they're brook trout fishing, but I'm pretty sure. That's probably what these guys are doing. But with the way this pond is, geez Louise, they've gotten here before I have. More than 20 minutes, they'll be on their way out us. We're on our way in. This is a good little spot. Normally. It wasn't at midnight. It really wasn't at midnight. Okay, let me get my mook kit. Cheeseburger. Oh. There's things we do for fishing. Oh yeah. That reminds me. Might as well deal with this here. There. Yeah, when I came out earlier, I snapped my line, so I was performing surgery in the dark. Until Joe said, okay, the hell with this. So just give me a second here. I got my hook on, I just got to put a new split shot on it. Grab my bucket, my worms, and we're on our way out of here. It's my tackle kit when I go out for brook trout. Little tin full of hooks and sinkers, and a spoon. Some guys, they need to bring a whole bait shop with them. Me, I don't bring much. I'm kind of a minimalist when it comes to fishing. Except for bass fishing, I like to go extreme for that stuff. That's bass fishing. That's the whole point of bass fishing. You get silly because you can. This will work. Let's do it this way. That ain't going to work. Okay. Stuff that there. Lock this son of a gun. Close that son of a gun. Have this son of a gun. And this son of a gun.
Let's turn this son of a gun on. 1 second. There it is. So this will keep you from getting motion sickness while we're walking through the bush. Keep you nice and somewhat stable. Alright, so we're locked. I got my keys. I'm not locking myself out, am I? Oh, okay. Alright. We're off like a herd of turtles. Book it. I don't need my lantern anymore. But someone steals it, and good for them. Alright. We're halfway going. The sun's up this time. We're going retro fishing. Let's go. Yes, sir. You guys probably don't even want to look at me. Look at this beautiful forest. We're going to walk in here, and there's a bunch of what Tasman likes to cut. There's tamarack and firs. I don't know what Tasman or Mama Taz are up yet over there on the coast, west coast. I know it's rightly early there. But if you guys end up rewatching, here's for you guys a bunch of fir and tamarack. You can see the tamarack's still pretty bare. It's just starting to get a little bit of growth on them. Tall, skinny tamaracks here. We don't really get a lot of big fat tamaracks. I've always found them very neat because they're the only, as far as I know, they're the only needle, or what do you call that, conifer, that loses their needles. Oh, it's beautiful, Steve. Have you ever been in here? On the path? This is public. Anybody can come to Copeland Forest. $80 for a freshwater license. That's greasy. Boys, that's greasy. Oh, okay. That's a fair walk in here. Bunch of dirty old poplar trees. Oh, and a big pileated woodpecker. I love the pileated woodpeckers. Harry's woodpeckers are neat too. They're pretty common around here. And then there's the yellow belly sapsuckers. I think they're common everywhere. Thanks way there, yeah. And then pay to get them back, eh? It's getting to be like that here too, unfortunately. Our beautiful lands are unfortunately run by ugly people. So lots of tamarack here. And back up a bit, there's some firs and stuff, and lots of spruce. And then further in, there's quite a bit of pine. Now, can you imagine coming here at midnight? The stars were beautiful, mind you. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. But you think she's quiet now. Well, she was quiet at midnight. But, like I said, the fish didn't have to bite. So that's why we didn't bother going live at midnight. That was an experience, though. Never done that before. Beauties, though, eh? Now we're starting to get into some of these big old pines. That's a big old pine over there. Holy. tamarack. Oh, there's another big old pine. And down here, there's the creek and the railroad. Done a couple shorts down here by this railroad and creek. Last year, anyways. Whew. Birch. Son of a birch. No, it's a son of a beech. That is neither a son of a birch or a son of a beech, but my golly, that's the finest piece of ash I've ever stuck my beak in. You ever hear that joke? Or the beech and the birch are arguing to each other. There's a new sapling in the woods. And, holy smokes, that's a mighty beautiful sapling. Must be my baby birch or son of a birch. And the beech says, no, it's a son of a beech. And they asked the woodpecker, hey, you mind going over there and taking a taste of that tree and tell us if it's a son of a beech or a son of a birch? The woodpecker goes over, flies back, and he says, you know, nor was it a son of a birch or a son of a beech. By golly, it was the finest piece of ash I've ever stuck my beak in. I'll be here all week. Some cedar. Luscious cedar. Lots of cedar here. Oh, another big old pine. Look at that big bugger. Oh yeah, on our way out too, Joe and I, we stumbled on a fresh squad of bear poop. That was a nice thing to find in the dark. I say that because it smells like bear poop here. And a big beauty pine. Love those trees. And it's nice in an area like this for they get to be left alone to grow like that. Another beauty up there. I love big pines for some reason. There's a beauty. Alright, we're getting closer now. We're getting up closer to where the wild leeks are. Look at them dandies though. Oh my. Wow, that hill sucks. There, if you guys want to know where I'm at. Whew, I'll catch my breath. That dandy. That's a big one. There's another real big one. Ooh, hey. Climb up there, why don't you? Like, I don't know. This is giving you the right kind of gestimus. A big tree. Oh, real big tree. Real big tree. All right. Oh, geez. Quite a few dandies up in there now. You really see them this time of year. One of these days I'll have to go into the other part of the forest. There's ones that are like twice that size. They're freaking immersive. Whew. Yeah, the ones on the other side are like 8 foot on the stump. They're huge. You see all the leakies? Oh man. Yeah, little leakies. Here, I'll come up for this corner here. Be easier to grab one. I'll show you. See, delicious leakies. And they're on the other side too. See, I'm afraid. Oh, the leakies. Mr. Lynch. It's just actually quite a good time for you to show up. I'm just showing everybody all these wild ramps poking through leaves. Quite a few of them. I was munching on them last night. But they're a nice thing. You can just pick them up. You're allowed to pick. Now, how is it? You're only allowed to pick once every 1 meter or something like that. Like, you can't just pick the heck out of one spot. You have to pick and then move a meter. Is the way they work. But yeah, they use an enemy. They're still small now. They're not quite. I mean, they'll be ready in a couple weeks. They're really dinky yet. It's usually easier with a little shovel or something like that. Let's get these little buggers. Come on. Oh, that sucker's got roots like an oak. Ah, I ruined it. Well, there'll be a bulb on the bottom of them. Like, hear the grouse? Drumming away. Yeah. This is easier with a stick or a shovel. But either way, pick them off, wipe them off. Munch them. They're really good. They're like an oniony, garlicky flavor. You guys have to take a good clump of them and stuff them full of your, like when you fillet your brook trout, and just stuff them in the cavity of the brook trout and roast them that way. Delicious. Whew, now I got good old garlic breath. Give her that garlic breath. So, yeah. Wild leeks, wild ramps, wild garlic. Whatever you choose to call them. They're kind of like a mild, oniony garlic. Or like a strong leek. To be honest with you, I think wild leeks have a bit more pungent flavor than, you know, the farmed ones. Now, I don't know what it's going to be like in there. There's 3 guys already at this parking lot, and you can actually access this from the main parking lot. It's just a bit more longer of a walk. No, nice hardwood first. Mixed hardwoods. Ginseng, little mama bushes and bushman roses, are ginseng. Whew. Man, do I ever got garlic breath now after that one. That was a pungent little bugger. It's crazy. If you had to come here at midnight, you would have seen me and an old fella just bouncing down the trail. All giddy, thinking that we're coming in to catch the brook trout before everybody else. Oh no. Not a chance. Thanks, Fino. It's good to see you, buddy. Huh. Yeah, I know it's good for your immune system and stuff, right? Whew. Almost there. Lion's share of the walk is over. Let's just hope we can get into these delicious little buggers. Let's hope that they just weren't biting because it was midnight before. Holy. I need a mountain bike. That's what I need. See, if I hadn't slept in, we'd be already in there. We might be limited out by now. Or we'd be finding out that it's going to be a skunky old day. Oh, we're almost there, man. Hear the loon? Little skinny furs. Almost there. I can see it. Oh. That'd be really cool if those trucks were just cyclists that are biking on Ingram's Road. But I'm afraid that's wishful thinking. Hey, I think there's some of that river birch. Oh, there's lots of pond to share. Hopefully they're not too freaked out about the guy that's live on YouTube, though. Talking to his phone. Alright. We're there, man. We're there, man. There's people coming in the other side. Didn't take long. Alright. See if we can squeak in up here. How's she going?
Not bad.
They biting much today?
Actually, it's been slow. That was my first one.
Oh no.
Yeah, a little wee one.
Uh-oh. Yeah. It's supposed to warm up today, though.
They were swirling in here.
They were?
Yeah, I was just in for a look, taking some pictures and stuff.
Let's see if I can get a couple flicks out here. Don't mind me if you hear me talking. I got the YouTubies guys with me here. We're live. I promised them I'd bring them live, so. I'm a man of my word. All right. Morning. Oh, that's good. I just had to show up, that's all.
Yeah.
Well, I stopped in here. My friend there, he's an old boy. I guess he's getting close to his 70s. And I guess when he was younger, they used to do rainbow trouts right at the stroke of midnight. So he talked me into walking in here at 11:30 last night, and at the stroke of midnight we were casting. He brought them in the spotlight, and you could bounce a worm off their head. And yeah, that's a nice dark one. That might even be a hatch out from here.
Have you fished in this pond very much?
Oh yeah, yeah. For the last, what's that?
For years?
For years, yeah. The last 2 years though, I mean, I fished it last year, but the year before that I didn't bother.
Because 4 years ago there, they had their, they put in their mating ones.
Okay.
And there was monsters in here. My daughter was 5, and she got one that was over 2.5 pounds. It was 16.5 inches.
Holy.
Yeah, it was probably big. We didn't weigh it, but I'd say it's probably getting close to 3 pounds. One of the biggest friggin' specks I've ever seen.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was so proud. She had it on a stick over her shoulder, carrying all the way out. I'm like, do you want to put it in the bag with the others? No, no, I'm carrying this myself.
Tree bow is lower than I remember.
The water's up really high.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Big time. Like normally you can walk across over here.
Yeah. Underwater. A little too tight in here.
Yeah, I got caught up in the tree.
I've done really good sitting there, but with the water being so high, kind of hard to cast into them under the bow. Well, sometimes at the beginning.
I never fished right here. I just decided to give a cast and got the one.
Oh, I've done really good there, and even off of the path at the beginning of the season.
That's where I normally fish, that corner. I wasn't getting anything there this morning.
Really? Huh. Could have been, yeah. They could have been having the midnight fever still. All right. Let's try here. All right. There. My battery must have died on the gimbal. There you go. Uh-oh. Went under something. That's not cool. Oh, it's always nice when the first one takes you under a tree. If they're aggressive, I use the spinner. delicious. Delicious brook trout.
There's one in the pail. Yeah, he's bouncing off the bottom. Oh, I've lost so many hooks in here. I mean, sometimes you get more bite on the bobber, sometimes you get more bite without it. All depends, right?
Sometimes they want 3 feet under the bobber, sometimes they want 16 inches.
Yeah, sometimes I want none of it.
I know.
Had plenty of them days. Well, he tied an awful knot. Little bugger. Ah, well, if it breaks, it breaks. Let's get back in there. Hey, one in the pail. We're not skunked. Four more to go. Three more to go. Three more. Woohoo. No whoppers yet, though.
Come here.
Well done.
There you go.
Here's one. You're my good luck charm, man.
See, we just gotta keep talking. The more we talk,
gotta stick together.
that's a nice looking one.
Yeah, that's a nice looking one.
How'd you make go?
Yeah, pretty one. More to go. Pretty beautiful one for a day they were calling for rain, eh?
Yeah. Right there, yeah, you're right. Look at the water, how high it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really high. Come here. Get back. That might be a bad idea. Come here. I forgot my shock collar. Drop it off.
That was my start to the day too.
Oh, you're gonna make good luck. Oh, that's a ducky one.
There you go.
That says ducky. Nice dark one. I think this might be a native brook trout. He spawned here. Oh, you little bugger. That's a beauty. Nice colors. One more to go. Go so fast. Pretty certainly one flinged off there when I cast it there, but we'll commit to the 30. Oh, yes, we got it. Easy enough. Ooh. Oh. I was like, oh, come on, let's have another double header. Really? Aggressive little buggers. I wonder if they go for a spear today then. They usually bring one, but it's not often they're that aggressive in here. They seem to just go for a worm or a ball of power bait. Oh yeah. Place here, little bugger. Might try the salad. Side dish. Morning. Just gotta get one more. And that's my limit.
Sit down.
Yeah, they found the hole. That's a little bit more chunkier look. Every now and then you get the odd real chunker in here, eh? It's like a 2-pound brook trout in here. Yeah, they're really colorful this year. They almost look like they're all like dark stock or native fish. Hatch out from this previous year or something. long distance release, I call that. That's a dandy. Oh, good way to end the day. Holy, he's a dark son of a gun. Okay. Holy. Oh, looks like a friggin' salmon. Oh, there's a splash. Oh, the big boys are coming to play.
That's a nice one.
That's a dandy. All right. That's a beautiful fish, yeah. All right. I came, I seen, I conquered. I'm out of here. You get some sleep now.
You using worms?
Yeah. Did you want them?
No, I got worms.
Oh.
I just didn't know what. And you're letting it just sit on the bottom?
Slow retrieve, yeah. You just let her hit bottom. Like what I'm doing is I'm just picking it up and dragging it. I don't know. I think he's just letting her sit on the bottom.
Just, yeah, dragging it on the bottom.
That seems to be where they're at. So, yeah, and maybe later on today when it warms up, you might catch them hiding under the trees to get some shade.
Yeah. I think we're going to put another weight on.
Oh, geez. I got them too if you need one. Oh, okay. I'll show my crew here what we got. A limited brook trout. All right. We're out of here. Just like that. Oh, man. I got too much water. Oh, beautiful. Oh, whatever, gal. There. Okay. Have fun, eh? There. What's going on with the puppy? The puppy dying was not okay. Oh. Yeah, I gotta reconfigure it here. Look at this friggin' limited brook trout. And I bet you guys thought after that last perch outing we was gonna get skunked. Nah. That's why we called it the search for perch, okay? It was a search. But there's certain things like brook trout that are just so darn easy to catch. Whew. Yeah, it's nice to get a limit of those. I don't know. How long has this been running? It says an hour. So, I mean, an hour to leave the house, walk in here, and catch a limited brook trout. And now what? We're 15, 20 minutes back to the parking lot. So, an hour and 20 minutes, give or take. And we got a limited brook trout from leaving the front door. Hallelujah, brother. That is how you get it done. Here, I'm going to switch hands with that. Actually, I'm right-handed, so truth be told, I wish my right hand would be stronger to hold that bucket. There. Oh, John Wick, that's a good movie. What excuses? There ain't no excuses. That's a limit. You know, I've biked in here once, and it was a very death-defying trek. Man, a lot of sticks and bumps and roots and stuff, and I've only got a 10-speed. No shocks or nothing. It's like the freaking Lance Armstrong Special, and it's old and rickety. So it was interesting to say the least to come through here on that. So I did that once, and never did it again. Oh, gosh, I love limiting it out on anything. That's a nice feeling. Yeah, I got my worms. Okay. One thing I always paranoid about leaving my worms behind, because that's what people do. And that's freaking litter, man. Oh, what I'm missing all these comments here. I'm gonna enjoy my walk out here and chat with you folks. Bring the bike next time. No perch here. There's sunfish in there, Oz. A very small little pumpkin seed sunfish in there. Perch is best in Lake Simcoe. They're schooling over in that one bay where we were ice fishing right now. Which a day like today. Oh no, there's too much wind. I couldn't get to it. But it's supposed to be really warm today. So they'll be running in them narrows where I was. Sunfish, yeah. Bluegill. Pumpkin seed or bluegill. They're freshwater fish. But anyways, yeah, the perch will go back to where I was last week to get them after it warms up a bit, because they run in them narrows and they spawn there. But bigger water fish are a bit more challenging than little pond fish, right? You got to get on them on the right water temp and stuff, or go to where they are if the water temp's not right. Yeah, that's it. You know, bigger water fish are a little more tricky, and you need a boat. You know, I've been waiting all friggin' winter for that. You know this? There's a couple duckies in there too. Couple ducky fish. Switch my setup here. That's dandies, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, sunfish. I guess I'm surprised you don't have them down in your neck of the woods. They're a common thing around here. And down in the States. States, I think they have more bluegill than they have pumpkin seed, but couldn't tell you for sure. I don't live down there. Whew. But yeah, definitely common in North America to sunfish. Just about everything eats them. And actually, I've done a video of catching sunfish, pumpkin seed sunfish, on Bass Lake, and they get really big on that lake. They're little pie plates. Yeah, buddy, the bluegill. Lake Simcoe's got a lot of bluegill in the Kempfelt Bay area. Rock bass there too, and perch. You know, obviously you get into the bass, and there's pike there too. And then there's the elusive walleye apparently in Lake Simcoe and Kempfelt Bay and stuff, but geez, I've never really had much luck in that lake for them. You gotta be pretty well set up and on top of them to know how to go for walleye in Lake Simcoe. Oh, by golly, that's a trick. Yeah, they do. I mean, you get a good sunfish and they go sideways on you. It's like a drift sock. And you think you got yourself a freaking 10-pound bass, and you pull up and it's a little 1-pound sunfish. Yeah, I've heard of redfin. I've seen guys catching them. Oh, cod. I love cod. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Obviously, we don't catch it here. But anytime we do like a fish and chip dinner, and I got the option for codfish, I'll choose codfish over halibut. Codfish is probably my favorite. Yeah, probably my favorite saltwater fish. Codfish is good. Haddock's good. Pollock's good. Halibut's all right. I don't think it's as cracked up as it is, but you know, well, them saltwater fish, they get freaking the size of boats. I don't know if you've ever seen them guys that go tuna fishing, And they're catching them on a rod and reel, and it's like, holy, you darn near need a winch. Oh, and I guess you probably got barracuda down there. Those are a neat looking fish. I guess that's kind of like a saltwater pike, is it? Geez, Oz, it'd be neat if you could get yourself a plane and come up here. We could show you some of these northern critters like sunfish and pike and stuff. And then maybe one day we'd go down your place and catch some snappers and stuff. You hear the grouse drumming? If you're out in the forest and you hear that, that is a grouse. Sharp-tailed grouse. And that's how they do like a bit of a mating call that way. And it's like a thump, thump, thump. And that's them thumping their wings. I think there's videos of it here on YouTube. People caught. They're a very neat critter, though. Look at these guys all banded together. All 5 of them. It's a shame the limit's only 5. There's more room in the bucket. It's a shame the limit's only 5. There's more room in the bucket. But heck, we'll get you guys live for to walk out because there is sometimes some nice scenes in here. Yeah, deer or whatever. I'm sorry if it's a little bumpy. The gimbal, I didn't charge it, eh? I never really thought I'd be walking down the trails with you. I just thought we'd go and catch a limited brook trout today with it. But anyways, you can see all the horse poop. I didn't charge the gimbal, it's dead, but it has this little thing where I can lock it in place and still use it, eh? It just isn't as smooth. I am in the middle of the woods, so that could be me there, Oz. But we're getting closer to the parking lot. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Oh, not so bad.
Good. How'd you make out?
Oh, there's 1 or 2 in there still, I think.
Thanks for leaving them for us.
No worries. You guys have fun, eh? Whew. You know, for the price of food right now, geez, that's probably like $100 worth of fish right there. Isn't it crazy, guys? What's it like down there in Australia? Is you guys getting gouged at the grocery store now? I think a pack of cream cheese is up to like $8 here. Something that used to be $2 a couple years ago. So activities like this, all this self-sufficient stuff, well, it's starting to make a lot more sense now. Realistically, like I said, that's probably like $100 worth of friggin' trout here in Ontario right now. That's crazy. $40 a kilogram. Well, I guess it depends on the fish too. So if you get your tuna, it might be $40 a kilogram, but then you go into salmon, probably paying more. Geez, perch here, it's $14 a pound. $14 a pound for perch. What? And I mean, this was before all this. I'm sure it's up now. It's probably $20 a pound. That's crazy. And I can catch a pound of perch when they're going in like 20 minutes. Well, less than. Yeah, it's crazy the price of groceries now. I mean, we've got, Freya's got her greenhouse, and she's got a bunch of seeds on the go. We raise the chickens, we got the eggs, turkeys, ducks. I catch the fish. And I got to start milking Petunia, so then dairy's going to be kind of looked after, hopefully. So there's not going to be a lot that we really need from the grocery store other than fruits. But I mean, apple season will be around in a few months. But it's something else, man. The Pioneer lifestyle is starting to, and I don't mean the Pioneer chainsaw, even though those are good. But the Pioneer lifestyle is starting to become a lot more practical than it was a couple of years ago. Hey, what's going on? Already limited out, buddy. Get on up here. Got our limit. We came, we seen, we conquered. Now I'm going to eat the dirty little buggers. Where are you this morning? We're in Copeland Forest, Rick. That mighty Copeland Forest. And we're walking out with a limit of brook trout. Didn't take us long to catch them. I literally started the live feed from the truck in the driveway, drove down here, walked down here, we're on the live, caught my limit of 5, and here we are walking home. And it's not even been an hour and a half. And it's like a 20-minute walk in here, so 40 minutes of this when it's all done is walking. Oh, now I gotta go up this cantankerous hill. This cantankerous hill. But yeah, some delicious brookies, buddy. A couple of them good size there too. Everybody seems to be flocking in there now. Party central. I don't know. Maybe we'll get up early again and come back out tomorrow if the weather's nice. Because as soon as another day rolls in, I can catch 5 more. I should really up the limit of those things. But then again, I guess there's a lot of little inland creeks and stuff like that are naturally populated. They don't want people going there and just pillaging. That's why it's good to be a multi-species angler too. That way you're not always focusing on one species. Guys that just go after pike or just go after walleye, you really damage a fishery. No, I mean, maybe more so walleye than pike. Pike are pretty aggressive. They breed pretty good. They're usually healthily populated, high volume fish. Oh, that hill sucks. Oh, I can see tamarack, so we must be getting close back to the parking lot. Oh, that hill sucks. Oh. Yeah, I catch my breath and read some comments here. Brook trout. Okay. What do we have? Show the water over your shoulder when you fish next time. Well, you guys want to see from behind me? We can do that. Yeah, we got lots of fruiting trees. That's true. We have fruit on our property. We have fruit on our property, not fruits. Ah. Okay. Oh, okay. I was casting along the shoreline at first, but then I started getting them when I started casting directly out. And all those guys with bobbers are sitting there watching us catch the trout. Wondering, what the heck? And so there was that one fella beside me. He's nailing them, and I'm nailing them. And then the guy comes over to me. What are you doing? Just bouncing off. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've never really had much luck with a bobber, but I mean, I tell everybody, fish the way you want to fish. I think the bobber, it's too aggressive. It's too, like, when it hits the water, it splashes too much, so it spooks them away probably. And it's bright colors, and it's this obscure thing sitting on the freaking surface of the water. And I think the brook trout are just smart enough to know not to go to that. Like I said, they're easy to catch, but they're not like sunfish easy. Like, so there is a little bit of technique required. But I mean, you can do it with a bobber. You will catch them with a bobber. It's just not as fast and furious. You're not going to be in and out like I was. Some people are okay with that though. And then, I mean, heck, if I could still be sitting there catching them, I would be. But I'm not much for stinging them in the face and throwing them back. Because sometimes, especially with brook trout, they don't survive when you throw them back after you sting them in the face. It's not like bass, where you can smash a bunch of treble hooks into them and then they'd be fine. Brook trout are a little more delicate. They don't even have scales, for crying out loud. They have skin, which is part of the reason why they're so delicious. When you fry that skin up, my best Homer Simpson gargle. That is some good stuff. Nothing like trout skin. It's a flavor all its own. Yes, I'm talking about eating you guys. My handle fell off. You see it floating there. Oh, yes, you guys are going to be delicious. Morbid, I know. Yeah, eh? Yeah, float. Yeah, bobber, float, same thing. I think the bobber are those mechanical ones with the little hooks you push and they come out, and the float's the one with the stick on either side. More traditional. But either way, yeah, same thing. Morning. How's she going?
Good. Clean them all out?
Oh, I left a couple for you.
Yeah. Any size to them this year?
They're both same. Maybe a couple of them are a little under
They
par,
say
but
that other pond, they're quite a bit bigger.
what, a Matheson?
Yeah.
I've not tried Matheson, but
I haven't either, but
I know they put more in there.
yeah, but they say it's about half the walk. And
Yeah, I know it's a shorter
just
walk.
talking to two guys there, they said only problem is shoulder to shoulder.
That's the problem. Is it's so I do the extra walk and it's a little more peaceful, right?
Well, yeah, this is
It's getting to be a bit busy though. Last few years.
through the week it's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
The weekends you get what you
Well,
get. Eh?
opening day the last 2-3 years has just been crazier. I've noticed, so it's worthwhile to come like early, right?
Yeah, well, I usually come out about 9 or 10. You're only there 10 minutes.
Yeah, same here. I used to come out even for lunchtime and you go and get your limit, right? It would be perfect. Have fun. Take care. Oh, I just see Taz popping. Good timing. We're underneath some tamarack. And some birds. Whoa. Hey, my brook trouts. Growing nuts. Huh. Well, we have black walnuts on the property. I don't know what you can really do with those, but tons of black walnuts from the black walnut trees. And then there's acorns from all the oaks. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have a lot of nuts around here. Oh, we're there, man. We made it. You know what? This is actually pretty calm. This is the most calm this opener's been in the last freaking few years. And it looks to me like it's a bunch of local guys this year. Forget last year, you had people coming up from Toronto. They had their kayaks and everything. It was crazy. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm in stealth mode. Just in time, the black truck was fixed, so we took the black truck to stay in stealth mode. Okay, delicious brookies. Bucket length brookies. Well, yeah, I guess I gotta unlock it, eh? Yeah. There we go. We're there, man. One more look at these delicious little buggers. Hey. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's go. Ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Okay. Alright, I don't know how long you guys want to hang out for this morning. I know you definitely don't want to see me taking care of some brook trout, you know. I mean, getting them ready for the pan. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you guys are sick. I don't know. Uh-oh. There, gotcha. There, we're just going to do it this way. I'm just going to do it this way. Stick yous over there. Huh? Yeah? Ah! That's not going to work. That ain't going to work. That'll work. Get them more goodish. Until we hit a bump. Well, yeah, we're in stealth mode. We're in the black truck. It's funny, Ronnie called me. He said, yeah, you want to come test drive your truck? I was like, yeah, let's do that. Go pick her up for sure. We got some early morning stuff to do. And I'm sure people would muchly appreciate it if I keep the buggy parked for the early morning stuff. So we might do a lot of fishing in the black truck. Just because it's quieter and I don't want to upset people. Is Karina still there? I gotta put Barrett's in here, don't tell her. She doesn't like it when I eat the unhealthy junk food. I like it all. Ow! So good! Watch, she'll be here. Oh, balls! Oh well. Man's gotta eat. This is not McDonald's. Squatch and snacks. Actually, I seen my brother, the Sasquatch not that long ago. He was asking me, what are you doing for bass opener this year? I said, not hanging out with you, because everybody thinks we're related. Another truck going in. This lumber, or I guess it would be hard to see even if I flip the camera. Well, this is Breen's Lumber, a big lumber mill here. They do a lot of cedar milling and stuff. A given day, you can drive by and smell wonderfulness. So we'll go on the main parking lot. This is how busy it is. Oh, there's somebody coming down with a bicycle. I bet they're going in. That's all local guys this year. Seems like it's all local guys. Oh, that guy's going to a bike path. I'm just going to jump down in the main parking lot. I'm curious.
Silverback gorilla. Well, in the summertime, everybody calls me Bigfoot. And in the wintertime, if I run a snowblower, everybody calls me a Yeti. I don't know what I am. I'm a duck. 10, 15, what? You're gonna have French toast ready and fat? Okay. Fine, just tie myself over with pepperette. Sriracha. This is just a curiosity killing the cat. Thanks, Taz, man. I like to try to think so, maybe. Alright, just pop into the main parking lot here. See just how busy this is. I seen that's where a lot of those guys were coming from. And who knows how many people were on the way in there when I was on my way out, because there's a few people coming from our side. But you can see how much further out the drive down to get to the main parking lot. It's a lot longer a walk, I'm pretty certain. But I think people don't know about the other way in. A lot of old people. That's why I say I think it's mostly locals today. Because usually there's, I'm not going to say anything too fussy, but I think you know what I mean. There's a type of people that come around here and you know they're not from around here. Nothing wrong with them. Just you can tell from a country mile from here. Oh! Hang in there. Oh gosh. It's Grand Central Station in here. Okay, this is going to be bumpy. I just wanted to show you how busy this parking lot gets. It's the difference between, you know, somebody who shaves their face and someone who don't. People who shave their faces, they come to the main parking lots and do the extra walk. Those who don't, you already know. Oh my gosh. Grand Central friggin' Station. It's a good thing we got in when we did. That's why I was saying, man, I slept in because I knew it was gonna get crazy. It's opening day. Well, I think there's somebody else packing in, or they'll just get near. But Grand friggin' Central Station. Oh boy. Popular spot apparently now. Secret's out. Oh well. It's a good time for me to be YouTubing it then, because the secret's already out. So come on down. Come early morning, you might catch me. Or late season. I'll go back in there late season too, because there won't be anybody. Yeah, I got there just in the nick of time. It was just starting to thicken up as I'm walking out. I mean, I wanted to walk in there. My plan was I was going to walk in there like 4 or 5 this morning. I was going to get up right early, have some coffee. I didn't even have coffee before I left. I got to get some jab into me. I was going to go in there at 4 or 5, and I was going to get in there, you know, for 5:30, 4:30 kind of thing. And then I was going to go live shortly after I got there, whether or not it was 6 o'clock or not. I was going to try and get there early and start the live early. Well, I didn't have to, did it? Because I had a crazy adventure with old Joe, and we went in there at midnight last night and got skunked. And he told me, oh yeah, that's what we used to do for the rainbows. And I got excited. I'm like, I've never shot after brook trout at midnight. I like an adventure. I absolutely love walking through the woods in the middle of the night. And so we did that. And I mean, we got the adventure, and I got to walk through the woods in the middle of the night, but I didn't catch any fish. And my plan was I was going to go live if we caught fish in the middle of the night. I was just going to retitle it, Plans Changed, but nah, original plan was still the best one. Should have stuck to it, but still managed to get out and get a limit anyway. So that works for me. But you can see why I go super early for this. Like anything else, bass fishing, perch fishing, you know, pike fishing, whatever the case, I don't get up early for that. I sit, have my pot of coffee, maybe knock back a couple Rocky Balboa eggs, then go. And I don't usually get out there till like 9, you know. So like it's not because I know that the fish are biting better earlier anymore. I'm just trying to beat the people out. It's the only time I'll get up early because fish bite all day long. Let's get real. They don't care. I've caught fish at noon. I've caught fish in the afternoon. It's just a matter of timing the season and where they're at and knowing their patterns and habits. So you know what they're doing at a certain time of year and stuff. It's like I was trying to say at the perch. Right now they're congregating like in that bay where we were ice fishing for them, and I couldn't get to them the day we were out there because it was too chop on that side. But that's where they are now, and once it warms up to like I think 5 or 6 degrees, then they start going for the spine and they go right in them narrows, and oh boy, you intercept them in the boat. It's football season, guys. Holy smokes, it's good fish in there, really good fish in there. Just got to get the timing right, you know, when the water temperature hits that magical, 5 or 6 degrees, is on like Donkey Kong. We'll go live then. I'm going to check again next week. So I got a bit of tree work to do, residential stuff, which I don't normally do a lot of that, and you won't be getting any videos of that. Mainly because with residential stuff, there's already enough on audience, and I don't need to focus on the camera while I'm doing that. But we're going to be doing a dirty old willow, and then we got some like rail ties for a customer to cut up this Sunday. So I mean, you guys don't care about that. But long story short, I got a few jobs I got to get pulled off that are kind of a little more sensitive to the weather and time than anything else. And then we can kind of open up our mind to more perch fishing again. And I mean, we still might be able to get out early too, because if there's a day where there's just too much wind to fall, but not too much wind to fish, you know what I mean? Well, you can bet what I can do. I'm gonna read a book. No, that's. Anyways, that'll be next week. I think it'll warm, because today's supposed to be like 20 degrees. It's supposed to be really friggin' warm, and that's gonna help. And then tomorrow I think it's supposed to be like 15 degrees, so I'll help too. And then we'll see what we can get out there. And it's going to be drying up here soon, so I can get back to the farm and start cutting down some more of that stuff. I've been millering. Some maple and pine. I actually have a pine that's just about half milled. I gave up last night there. I didn't want to refill the saw and finish milling it. I figured, heck, I could finish at any time. And I'm using the farm saw and the P41, and I'm liking this new setup with the 2 Alaskan mills, and I'll tell you why. Is you set up your one mill to take the top cut off with the rail. So all you have to do is you screw your rail on, and then you fire your saw, cut, and you got your top cut off. It's already set to the height for the rail and the guider, and then you have your other mill set up for your plank thickness. You just fire that saw up, go. And also it's a little bit of a nice cool down period in between saws. Mind you, the top cutting one, which is the farm saw, it doesn't have to do the hardest of work, but that's why I chose the farm saw for that. But not that I couldn't do it. I've milled with farm saws before. So rotating between those 2 saws, it's a little less wear and tear. Oh, I was gonna do the chores on my way back. I'll do that, But yeah, so you bounce between the 2, it's a little bit more of a cool down period for the saws. And you're just fast and furious, mill, get it done. And yeah, I love it, Tasman. It's streamlined the process, so you're not adjusting and measuring and trying to set up. Like if you want to be cutting 2-inch thick or 2.5-inch thick slabs, set her to 2.5-inch thicks, and you got your top thing, so just slip, and then 2.5 thicks, 2.5, and then put your next long on, set up, slip, 2.5,
And you know what? I think doing it that way, because you have two separate mills, is probably faster than even a wood miser or something like that, because you're not adjusting its setting. It's just full. And we're running a Pioneer and smelling two-stroke and getting sawdust in the face, so I'll put a big old check mark beside that one. But no, I think that's the way to go. Especially since they're so cheap. They're only like $130 per Alaskan mill. Still a lot cheaper than $10,000 for a wood miser. So. And I got one or two saws I can throw in it. And you don't need a giant 100cc saw to run a mill. I mean, if you're running it through, you know, super hard, giant freaking sugar maple, okay, yeah, you might want that big bore saw. But if you're just doing like pine and spruce and softwoods, or I mean even like 16-inch diameter maples and stuff like that, or even 20-inch diameter maples, you can get away with a 60cc saw or even mid 60cc saw. Because when I first did the mill last year, I was using that McCulloch 655, which is a 650, just a little more jacked. And that's only 60cc saw, and that thing was just cooking it through all the boards. So, I mean, you don't need a big bore saw. A lot of guys do that just because they're scared of the thing burning itself out. Well, don't run your saws at 50 to 1. And you won't have that problem. Oh, you'll cook the bearings. No. It's because your freaking bearings aren't getting any oil. That's why. Oh, I missed you there. As we're back at the stead. You have a chain right to the smaller side. Oh yeah, a lighter saw and everything, yeah. Yeah, and if you got a sharp chain, every saw will cut. But I'm liking the P41 as my milling saw. It's 66cc, so it's a little bigger than the 655. I have melted the bigger ones, and yeah, they do cut nicer. But I found it was a bit more of a grunt with the bigger saw because it's heavier. Not that a P41's light, but neither am I. So yeah, I found that's the way to go. It's faster, it's easier, and it's a little less wear and tear on your saws. Especially if you're running old birds like I do. You gotta look after them. And if you're milling, the biggest thing I can do for recommendation is run them saws rich, because I hear about guys blowing up their saws in the mill. They tend to be a certain shade of orange. But anyways, I keep on hearing about saws blowing up in the mill. And you see these saws, and you look at the fuel, it's darn near see-through, and you know it's 50 to 1. That's not right. Don't run 50 to 1 in the mill. I mean, run whatever you want, whatever works for you. I don't recommend it. Ooh, delicious brook trout. Come on. We're there, man. You guys want to see one? You see one right up close? Ah, come here. I got my sleeve wet. Yeah, I gotta roll up my sleeve. I will catch him. Catch him. Ah! Come here, you bugger. Caught him. Ah. Delicious brook trout. Look at the colors on him, eh? Come here, you. I run 20 to 1 eyes. The trick is, as long as you're getting you're doing a proper heat cycle in your saws, and you're not using. I've learned that the cheap oil doesn't burn so good. So Echo has a really good product, the Echo Power Blend Gold and the Echo Red Armor. But yeah, the trick is using good oils and making sure you got a proper heat cycle. Now, if you're not going through a proper heat cycle, what I tell people is maybe like 40 to 1. If you're just firing them up off the shelf and then cutting a couple, cookies or cutting down one tree, 40 to 1's probably 30 to 1, 40 to 1's probably okay. But they say 10 to 1 and 16 to 1 on them, a lot of them old saws. And people say, oh, well, the new mix oils are better lubricating property and mixing properties. Yeah, I got the doggies, yep. And that's all fine and dandy, but it's a lot thinner. So yeah, it mixes in better, and yeah, it's got nice lubricating, but it has no cushioning properties because it's thin. You think all these old saws running on these old needle bearings and stuff like that. I always come back to the modern vehicle. Modern vehicle is meant to run on like 0 to 5 weight, really, really thin oil. Whereas back in the day, we ran everything on 10W30, being a lot thicker. So, but if you put 10W30 in a modern car, you blow it up because it's meant for the thinner oil to get into those little bearings. But you put that five weight into an old. Hey, where'd you get that yogurt cup? No, get that Phoenix. Who do you think you are? But anyways, you put that 10W30 in the one that calls for the 5 weight, you're gonna blow it up. It's too thin oil. And because the heavier bearing, the older design is meant for the cushion of the heavier oil. Same is true in the saws. That's why you see all these big channels. You know, they run a saw a week and then, oh yeah, I'm having problems with it. I wonder why. Anyways, so do whatever works best for you, but especially when it gets into older saws, don't be afraid to give her a little more garlic because that's what them older, heavier bearings they need. They need the cushion. It's not just lubrication. The thicker oil is tackier, sticks into them bearings and gives them that proper cushion. It's why you see people who shall remain nameless blowing up saws. Yeah, carbon buildup with cheap oil. So, I mean, you can run your cheap oil, but that means you have to do regular exhaust port maintenance. So, maybe pick every spring and fall, take your muffler cover off, and put your piston up to the port, and rinse it out with some WD. And get all that stuff loose and out of there before it gets hard and caked on. I mean, I made that sound a lot simpler than it is, but that's something you can do to help if you're going to run cheap oil, but spend the extra couple bucks, you shouldn't have to do that, at least not as frequent. But even if you're not running cheap oil and all that, I mean, it's good practice to every now and then just take that cover off and have a peek, you know, just to see what's going on in there. But anyways, here, I'm gonna switch that around. Miller in setup. Here, my finger out of the way. Yeah, and there's lots of great. Look at this. Perfect melon saw right there. It's in mint shape. Yeah, 32 to 1. That's good stuff. Yeah, and you do a little more running, so it's probably better to go thicker on the 32 than it is to go 40. Yeah, 32 is one. That's fine. But 50 to 1, that's way too freaking. 40 to 1 and 50 to 1 are way too thin, if you ask me. Unless you just take them off the shelf, running them in a little bit of wood, not hardwood, and then putting them back. That's fine. That's fine. Then you can get away with 40 to 1. You can get away with 50 to 1. And I mean, yeah, a spicier mix, you're going to get a little bit more performance out of it. I mean, that's why guys run things on alcohol. You get a bit more of a spicier fuel, you're going to get more performance. But a lot of us here, we're doing this for a living. We're making money off our wood and off our saws, so we don't really want to spice them up to 50 to 1 and just blow the crap out of them. I ain't got nothing to prove. Phoenix, where'd you get to? Phoenix. But yeah, the old lady garlic, she's ready to roll. We're gonna get her back out and find them perch again. Let me find this dog. Did you go back out front, I wonder? But yeah, there's my little spiel on mixed oils. Everybody's got an opinion on that. That's mine. That's coming from somebody who runs purely vintage. And I've seen, you know, what other people are doing. And like I say, if it works for you, don't change it, you know. I use pump fuel. A lot of guys buy fuel in the can. I've never had a problem with pump fuel. And it's funny, anytime I ask anybody about buying it in the can, it's like, oh, okay. Have you ever had a problem with pump fuel? Oh, well, no, but it's better fuel in the can. Okay. That's not very convincing to me to go ahead and spend all that extra money on fuel. So I'll just buy the super gas at Esso. And that works for me. But a lot of that is too, no matter what, you got to have routine maintenance. So, hey, don't go looking at that. If you're buying all this expensive stuff thinking that you're going to be avoiding the routine maintenance, that could be why some of these saws are blowing up all around the world. Is you can't sacrifice routine maintenance. Doesn't matter the quality of gas or oil you're buying. You have to use, or you have to look after. You have to clean things. You have to clean your air filter. You have to clean your exhaust port. It's just routine maintenance. Anyways, let me find this dog, and I gotta get these For Trout gutted, and I'm pretty sure there's French toast waiting for me inside. So, you take care, Kenny. It's good to see you, buddy. I'm gonna sign off here now too. It was fun to go get these guys with you, and maybe we'll get out for them again. Yeah. Well, little do they know what's about to happen. Anyways, I'm gonna get these guys all cut up and ready for dinner, and find my there's my puppy. All right, we're good to go. So, thanks for coming along. Always good to chat with you, and thanks for listening to my murmurings about mix oils. Till next time, you guys take her easy, be safe, and no promises, but maybe tomorrow we'll get back out on the brook trout pond. Take care, guys. We love yous.